Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about why investing into Pokemon cards could possibly be one of the worst things you could do in this hobby. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that myself, I'm a goody two shoes and I don't, care about money or I don't buy stuff for the hopes of it going up in value. I obviously do that. I have all the sealed product that I buy and I'm hoping for it to go up in value in the future. And obviously, there's some people that hate it and whatever. But one thing I'll tell you that I don't do myself is I do not buy Pokemon cards and invest into them. I think that could probably be one of the worst things you could possibly do. Now, it could work in your favor, but for the most part, I think this is really not a good idea. Personally, myself, I haven't really bought any singles, or I just never really bought any cards, but I do plan on in the future. Right as of right now, I'm more focused on buying sealed product, and that's where my money's going. But in the future, I do plan on buying some like PSA slabs just for a display because I have some cards out there that aren't that expensive that I want to have just in my collection. But I wouldn't be buying it for investing purposes. Like I wouldn't care about the value going up or down for those cards. I literally just buy those cards just because I like the art on them. But yeah, just investing in cars in general, I think, is a very not smart idea. You can get lucky. I feel like this is kind of almost like crypto in a sense where just randomly sometimes these prices of these cards just randomly decide to go up in value because just there's a bunch of hype around some sort of team up card or alternate or something. But other than that, there's really not much based on, I guess, the card prices going up. The difference with sealed product, you might be asking like, why do you invest in sealed product and why are cards so bad? Well, sealed product, it's been shown that sealed product over time, people want them still. They get opened up and there's just less of them, so that causes the price to go up. With cards though, there's so many cards out there that for now at this moment maybe this card's popular, but a couple years down the road, that card maybe no one will care about it. So that's where it differs, and that's where I really would not suggest you guys investing into Pokemon cards. I know it sounds maybe kind of counterintuitive because I invest into sealed product, but specifically cards alone, raw cards, graded cards, I really think it's a big gamble. I really wouldn't recommend it. And I'm just going to show you here some data which kind of coincides with what I'm trying to say. But generally, if you're going to buy cards, I really just recommend you buying what you like. This is obviously one of the times where I guess I'm going against the whole investing world thing and all these people investing and all this stuff. But seriously, with cards, personally, even myself, I would only be buying cards if I actually like the card. I would really not care about the value and think about the side of, oh, is this going to go up? Should I hold on to this? I really wouldn't be in that mindset with this sort of thing. So here I want to show you an example of a box that has done very well in the past year because obviously there was a lot of hype with Team Up. And you can see in the past year, it started off, and this card I remember it being like 800 bucks. So I bet you if you go back like maybe 6 months from this, I don't really know, it was like 800 bucks. I remember. But here you can see from exactly 1 year ago, it was sitting around $1,600. Now you can see this box is all the way up to 2,400. Granted, there isn't that many sales available on TCG players, so you're gonna have to kind of take this number with a grain of salt. But you can see just generally this price has gone up. But here I took the top three cards of each of these sets I'm going to show you and show you that this is not really a good method of trying to make money in Pokemon by investing and holding onto these cards. So here's the most expensive card. I think you guys all know about the Latios and Latios GX alternate full art. So yes, you can see here a year ago if you bought this card, and you could have bought it at the dip here, and it's not that big of a difference, but a year ago if you bought this card, you're maybe sitting around $740. Right now, you'd be sitting at 850 bucks. So obviously it's $100. That's a lot of money in just 1 year. That percentage-wise, that's pretty good. But the thing is that you can just see how kind of volatile it is. Like, why did it go up here? This is not in rotation. It has nothing to do with, like, obviously, playing the game. This is all just kind of random. Like, you cannot predict this from happening. So this is just all random. Yes, you got lucky that it went up, but at the end of the day, you will see here with all these other cars, it's really nothing based on how these prices go up. It's just based strictly basically on demand and what people want. And I've seen with a lot of these cards, especially with the whole hype of Sun and Moon and people all wanting these team cards, it's really random with how these prices go up. So yeah, you can see you would have probably done good if you bought it at like this is the bottom here, but this is kind of a lucky instance. Next here, Gengar and Mimikyu GX alternate art. You can see here it was 337. It dipped all the way down to 277, so you would have lost, I don't know, 50 bucks or whatever, but now it's going up. Kind of random. Why is this going up? Who knows? Next is Magikarp. Now this is obviously going down a little bit in price, but still is a pretty expensive card. You can see here a year ago it was $280. Now it's all the way down to $250. Yeah, obviously not a very good investment per se, but you can see the booster box has gone up. And generally, like I said, sealed product and definitely booster boxes have been shown that they just keep going up in price. Next is Evolving Skies. Now, Evolving Skies, we all know, is a very popular set with very expensive cards, and you can see here that's no different with the booster box. It's gone up pretty much all in value all throughout the year. It had a little plateau here, but generally it's gone all the way up. Yes, it has seen a little bit of a downfall here, but I think it's because this box has just been pumped up so much where it's just starting to go down a little bit. Let's look at the card. So yeah, you can see here, this is an instance where, yes, if you bought this card and you invested in it, you would have done good. But like I said, this stuff is just all random. Like, you can't tell me why this happened or whatever. It just randomly just went up because all the hype or whatever. You can see you would have made a lot of money actually. You see it's like 600 bucks and it went all the way up to almost $1,000. So you would have done very well if you bought it here. But I wouldn't be surprised in a few years from now this all dips down because these are newer sets. There's still hype for this. But in a few years from now, this might not be the hot card and this might drop all the way down. Who really knows? But I just say that generally, like, there's nothing, just investing wise, there's nothing to base off of. So it's like, it's not really investing. It's just all a gamble. Here you can see another huge jump, a huge increase. Why did this happen? Who knows? Maybe just hype. And you can see that it went all the way from 259 a year ago and just maybe a few months ago went up extremely to $540, and now it's dipping all the way down to 420. And yeah, you would have probably not done very well if you bought it here like a month ago, and then now it's all the way down here. Then the next card I wanted to show you is just this Leafeon. This card actually went up in price versus the Rayquaza. Like, why did the Rayquaza go down right here, but this Leafeon is kind of still going up? Like, why is that the case? But you can see they all kind of jumped up at the same time. This must be with something with the hype train or something. But you can't see this. You would have done well, obviously, if you invested into this card. Next here, another set I wanted to show you is Ultra Prism. So Ultra Prism, you can see the booster box has generally just gone up in value over the past year. Here, though, you can see the most expensive card, the Lily Trainer card. Obviously, people like this card because of you know what. But you can't see that it actually did go up here, like around $100. But you can't see how much it's dropped in value in the past like 9 months here. It's gone all the way down from $520 to $380. So yeah, if you like this card, you can buy it. But investing wise, I don't think that this is a good idea. You can just see how volatile it is. There's just a bunch of hype here, and then it all just fell down. I think this is just what happens over time with these cards because, you know, this is Sun and Moon era, so it is getting older. But Evolving Skies, like I showed you, like some of these cards are going up or did go up in value. I think it's just a matter of time when this set gets older where the same stuff's going to happen, just like these Sun and Moon sets. But here's just another card from Ultra Prism. Cynthia has gone down from like 150 a year ago all the way down to like 120s, and it's kind of staying the same price. Then Lusamine, and then you can see it went up just like Lily. You can see basically all these cards have the same trend, but then it went all the way down from 120 to 100 bucks. So I guess it's not that big of a difference, but you can see investing wise, these cards is a pretty big gamble. Some cards do good, some cards do bad. The next here you can see Unbroken Bonds is the last set. Last year you can see here it was at like 516, and then here it's at 650. And then you can see with the cards, the most expensive card, it went all the way from 226 and it dropped all the way down to like 170, and then now it's creeping back up again with no reason why it's doing that. Then here with the Reshiram card, you can see in the past year it went from 143 to kind of 120. Then for the last card, just to show you, last year you can see this card was at like $94, and then all of a sudden it tanked a little bit here, and then all of a sudden it just went back up. Obviously it's not it's like $10, but you can see here there's no real trend with any of these cards. So investing wise, just I would really, you know, the whole investing thing, I would really stay away from cards. Just buy the cards you like, because if you're trying to make money in this hobby doing the holding thing and trying to sell later in the future, I really don't think cards is the way to go. Yeah, I really wouldn't recommend it. And just by looking at these, I'm pretty sure I could show you some way other sets. I only showed you guys Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield sets, but you could go back way further and you'd probably see the same stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something, and I'll see you guys in the next one.